One, one, one. One, two, three. One, two, three. One, two, three. Hello and welcome to my first video of Age of Conflict. This is a game that I really like because it simulates history, so we're going to simulate a scenario where it's in North America. Yeah, let's see. So, yes, I pre-named all of these. I actually tend to name all of these, so I tend to, what I tend to do at least, this is just what I tend to do, is I tend to name all of the basic starting civilizations. So over here there's a pretty heavy concentration. So yeah. So that's what I tend to do anyway. But yeah, so sometimes I might balance it out. Like I've done with, well, California. I mean, they would become dominant in the West. Otherwise, the California would become dominant in the West. So yeah. Anyway, so what I'm probably going to do throughout this is just pause and then name something else. Like, an example would be, if any of these go, I'll name it after a city in the United States. Within the state, hopefully. But it'll definitely be named after a place in the US. So yeah, but anyway, we haven't reached that point yet, so let's see. Look at that. Already began forming up. First war between Pennsylvania and Massachusetts. Okay. Wait, what the? Okay, let's see. What have we got here? Just pausing to see. Wisconsin versus Nebraska and Minnesota. Utah versus Colorado. San Diego versus Sacramento. Whichever one of these wins the region gets to become California, by the way. If any of these three win, they get the one that dominates gets to become California. British Columbia and Alberta versus Washington. Mexico City versus Sinaloa. And then we've got New York versus New Jersey. Oh! Okay, Nebraska ended Wisconsin. Let's see, so what have we got here? Okay, Ontario is starting to get into the North. Ontario is starting to get into North America. Michigan, with, well, mostly Michigan's real life borders. But don't expect the borders to be realistic. The borders will be, however, they tend to happen. Okay, so the British Columbia and Oregon, Mexico City Veracruz. Okay, Veracruz seems to have become the dominant power in Mexico. Which means Kentucky, okay, Tennessee cut their losses. Georgia is going to possibly die. But New York. Why is New York not? Oh. Oh no. Wow. I just looked at their gold. I just looked at their gold reserves. Yeah. Not great. They screwed themselves over. The gold is used to defend. Like in this game, gold is basically how much money you can afford to spend on weapons and just defenses. Gold is basically the amount of money you have to spend on your military. So it's basically your military budget. That's all that gold does in this. The only thing that, basically, gold is basically it's just your military budget. So, gold's only really useful in the sense of if you don't want to be dead, get a lot of gold. If you don't want to be dead, get a lot of gold stockpiled immediately. Combat efficiency determines how effective they'll be in combat, as in that. I mean, it is in the name, so combat efficiency. It's in the name, really. But yeah, gold is basically just, resources. It's basically just how many tanks, how many guns, how many bullets you can get. Otherwise, you'll get stomped. Maryland versus Pennsylvania, is that? Okay. Then we've got North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota. I could remove the name. Or at least this part. There is no longer a North. It's just Dakota. The state of Dakota. That's all it is now. Okay, so Idaho versus Alberta and Nevada. Maryland was destroyed by Pennsylvania. Okay, Veracruz was conquered by Belize. Idaho was destroyed by Nevada. Okay, Montana, Nevada, and Alberta. And then, Maryland's gone. Maryland is gone to Pennsylvania, so it'll be interesting. And then North Carolina's gotten really big, owning modern-day Virginia and West Virginia, plus, Ohio and parts of Kentucky, I think? That looks it. Okay, yep. Oh, look at this. Pretty big alliance down here. Saying that, I don't know whether that'll save them. Oh. Okay. Down here, things are getting more interesting. Tennessee trying to go for the Bahamas. We've got Haiti, who has just conquered Jamaica, basically. And, southern Cuba. They've taken Jamaica and southern Cuba, really. Okay. Oh, that's gotta hit. Come on. Oh. We got here Winnipeg was conquered by Montana. Okay. Okay, Ontario and Montana are about to carve a large chunk of Winnipeg. Manitoba still has to deal with the Inuit, so they can't really focus on that, but who knows, they might get some land out of it. And Arkansas and Oklahoma are kicking butts. Oh my god. They just, oof, like, they managed to take, Oklahoma's destroyed Texas, but Arkansas is just fighting Missouri, Mississippi, and Louisiana. They're gonna lose, and Oklahoma is gonna push down south towards, like, Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth, and that. Yep, there we go. Already the major power in the south. Okay. Virginia isn't doing too bad. Connecticut, Michigan, Rhode Island versus Maine over here. Quebec. Newfoundland, Labrador, Greenland, Nunavut. I don't know how to choose. Some of these aren't really like this one. The Inuit, Yukon, Alaska, Calgary. I'm gonna guess. I don't really know it very well, so you know. But okay, Reading versus Oregon. Okay, Mississippi decided to get out of there while they still can. Florida. Oh, oh. Okay, the Bahamas has turned this pretty bad. Okay, Haiti's got a powerful. Haiti has acquired a Haiti has acquired a powerful ally in the form of Honduras, along with Puerto Rico. Cuba and the Bahamas are on their own, so that's something interesting. Let's see. Oh, yep, the Inuit are landing. Now let's see if they can push any further. Well, they didn't destroy Manitoba, but they did weaken them. They don't really have much access to, the Atlantic Ocean anymore. And let's see, how's Reading doing? Oof. Okay. Belize is about to be gone. Like, really. Like, there is no chance that Belize survives. I do not believe that Belize can survive El Salvador and Tamaulipas. That's my attempt, at least at pronouncing it. So yeah. Michigan and Virginia versus North Carolina. This might be a hard fight for North Carolina. Oh, Vermont just conquered New Hampshire. Well, Concord is now in Vermont's hands, interestingly. Okay, what do we have here? Vancouver and Calgary. I don't know if Calgary is correct, but I'll say it is. Calgary versus Vancouver. Uh, well, Vancouver's technically ahead, but they're pretty even up north there. Hmm. Okay, so this is an interesting division of Mexico. We got a fairly powerful northern state here. New Mexico is probably the least powerful state in the entire alliance, which is kind of amazing. Then we got Arizona over there. They're pretty much doing nothing currently, but Reading and Oregon. That'll be interesting. Because if either of them wins, then the other one has to fight British Columbia. Which won't be easy. Also, they will have to consider Sacramento and San Diego. Which will be annoying. Kentucky versus Indiana. Yep, this is certainly interesting. Kentucky versus Indiana. Okay. So those are the permanent borders for now. Yeah, did pretty well. Ooh, Indiana conquered Kentucky. And Alaska has just formed an alliance. Not a very good sign for, well, Vancouver, Alberta, or British Columbia, but... Okay, Wyoming. Wyoming is mad. This is the most insane thing I've ever seen. What were they thinking? Who in Wyoming was thinking that they could fight British Columbia, Alberta, and Oregon and Nevada at the same time? Because, oh boy, they made a mistake. They made a terrible mistake. Oh. Alabama versus Mississippi. Okay, so what have we got here? Oh, Augusta's coming to beat Vermont. You might hear me use the actual state capitals sometimes, by the way. Just thought I would inform you. I might use the actual state capitals sometimes. When it comes to the US states. So... Oh. Okay. Goodbye, Mississippi. You tried. They tried to revive themselves from the grave, but it just won't happen. Nebraska and Kansas. Nebraska and Kansas, eh? Delaware. Okay, Florida, Georgia, and Mississippi N. Indiana? Yeah, Indiana, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, and Indiana are all going to divide this, but then Mississippi's going to then Mississippi's going to die. Like Georgia, Florida, and then Mississippi. Georgia, Florida, Mississippi, and Indiana. They're basically in the same region, but yeah. So, I think, yeah, you know what? I think Mississippi has a chance to actually survive. Indiana actually doesn't have their ally helping them here. And actually their ally's quite busy with, Ontario. Which means that, they're probably not gonna survive. Okay, they peaced out, yep. Indiana and Mississippi are at peace. Ontario didn't do too bad, but Illinois, oof. Okay, Illinois has lost, what is this, like, northern, like, that's like Wisconsin. It's lost what is modern day Wisconsin in that. It's lost basically modern day Wisconsin. So, like, yeah, they've lost it. Who knows though? Who knows? Maybe Nebraska will kick out Ontario, and then that'll be a problem for Illinois. Saying that, it does look like Nebraska was exhausted by Ontario. So, maybe not. Or at least not as quickly. Oh. Wow. Connecticut has the most powerful alliance in the entirety of New England. Like, seriously. It's got Michigan, Virginia, Pennsylvania, and themselves. Which is pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. Sinaloa just kicked the living hell out of El Salvador. Like, darn. Yucatan, doing okay. Honduras, doing pretty good. Haiti, now the second weakest, but Puerto Rico is the weakest ally that they have. Like, Haiti's ally, Puerto Rico, is probably their weakest ally possible. Yucatan and Honduras are probably the most powerful. So, we'll see that. Nebraska versus Iowa. Still going. Okay, yep. Yeah, they lost. And they lost bad. New Jersey versus South Carolina. Interesting. New Jersey versus South Carolina should be a pretty interesting battle. Oh, Calgary, the Inuit, Vancouver, British Columbia. Oh, wow, this is a big war. This is a big war that they're getting in. Like, this is a big war that they're getting into. My God. Okay, New Jersey is losing though. Will they destroy Rhode Island? Well, that ain't a question now. Okay, so we have the very first rebellion. Now it's in British Columbia, which means, okay, so I'm gonna call it Victoria, because it looks to be located where Victoria is, or at least in a similar position as Victoria. So, I'll probably, just call it like that. So, yeah. Okay. I see. Toria. There we go. Well, I mean, they did lose some ground, but it wasn't too bad. But, oh, yeah. Okay, Calgary and Yukon are gonna win. Connecticut just ended Ontario's ambition of becoming the major power in Canada. Okay. Well, that's good to have an ally that's very, very, very powerful. Oh my god. Oh, they got Florida. Tennessee has Florida in their alliance. Okay. Now it's a very powerful alliance. Wait, what the? What? Hmm? Vermont? What the hell? What the hell? What is Vermont doing? Oh, oof, wow. That's kind of just blown me away that they just managed to blitz Pennsylvania like that. Darn. New Jersey must have taken a large chunk out of their empire or something, or someone must have taken a large chunk. But speaking of which, Illinois and Indiana are going to be marching towards ending Michigan, which is going to be interesting. They're going to start marching to end Michigan, which is interesting. Was destroyed. Okay, maybe the opposite. Okay, I positioned their spawn position pretty well in that case. Their spawn position is pretty good in that. It's just, yeah. Huh, interesting. Yeah, their spawn position is pretty good. Okay, Connecticut doing okay, I think. 6-5, okay. So Vermont is still doing pretty good. What about here? Oh. Oh, but Quebec's gonna take up a lot of that. Along with Ontario. They're gonna these two are gonna take up most of it. Delaware is going after New York, which makes sense, but at the same time, Newfoundland might punish them for it. Wait. Massachusetts. Why do they have an exclave? Seriously. You'd think they would have divided the borders slightly better. Like, why would you divide your borders like that? Okay, Caligari might die. San Diego and Sonoras. San Diego versus Sonora. Okay, Newfoundland and New York are doing pretty well against Delaware. They might even be able to... Surprisingly, I'm gonna be honest, I'm surprised I'm saying this. Surprisingly, I think they're gonna be able to crush Delaware. I mean, they are 2,000 power. I'm pretty surprised that they can, but okay. Wait. Ooh, Michigan. Okay, Michigan secured more of Ontario. Vermont secured most of it, and the most populated parts of it at that. Quebec basically just owns the countryside of Quebec and Ontario. Like, they own the most countryside, which is great. But, yeah. I don't think they own that much good land. But, huh. Okay. Interesting. Okay, Labrador. Delaware's gone. I mean, it's not a bad location. You can move across the eastern seaboard to, like, I don't know, like Maine, Massachusetts, then New Jersey. If New York gets powerful enough. What the? Wait. What the hell? How? Puerto Rico's gonna land on mainland U.S. territory. They've already landed in U.S. territory. My God. Okay, the Bahamas just took out Florida. South Carolina was conquered by Puerto Rico. Florida was conquered by the Bahamas. So was Tennessee. Wow. They're gutting the U.S. pretty hard, actually. These lot are actually gutting the US pretty hard, surprisingly. Like, I'm pretty surprised that they're gutting the US this, like, brutally? I was expecting maybe some contention, but this is like some proper military destruction. Like, and when I say military destruction, what I mean is, like, they're actually conquering territory and destroying states, which is quite surprising. I expected maybe some, contending, or at least not making the US states, basically making it so that the US states can't be complicit. But darn. Saying that, they're all fairly strong at this point. So they might become unstoppable. Except for the fact that Arkansas, or Arkansas, I don't know which one's correct, depending who you're speaking to, I suppose. But, Arkansas is, they're going to move into Texas and Mexico if they conquer this state. Got 4% revolt chance, so, they're doing pretty good. San Diego will be conquered by Sonora, and then, El Salvador and Tamaulipas are doing pretty good. Not great, but good. New Mexico's doing okay. But Sonora, Arizona, and Sinaloa, Sonora, and Arizona are doing very well. They're doing very well. Reading versus Wyoming? What? Oh, Wyoming found a direction to go. And they actually did conquer Reading. Let's see, what have we got here? Okay, Newfoundland now controls Labrador. Not too bad. Oh, that's a blitz. My God, that is a blitz. Tamaulipas just conquered Oklahoma in I don't know, a day or something? That's like a week or a day? I don't know how much time passes in this game, really. It's like a year, I think. Which would make more sense, but still, that was like the French Blitz. That was like the German Blitzkrieg during World War II levels of speed. That's how fast that was. That was like the speed of the German Blitz into France during World War II. That's how fast that was, which is insane. Okay, Sonora. They own quite a lot of land. But, let's see. Oh, they're not winning very well here. And they are going to get encircled. Good job. Well, that wasn't very smart of them. Okay, what have we got here? Nebraska versus Ontario, Minnesota versus Ontario. Okay, so it's just these two versus Ontario. Well, Illinois died to Indiana. Virginia is allied with Ontario, which is interesting. They're not very close by, but okay, Manitoba. Done a fine job there. A very great job, I suppose, in some ways. Okay. The Inuit just became very, very, very powerful. Like, Manitoba just died. So that means that the Inuit have just become one of the most powerful states in all of Canada. Or countries, rather. But, you know, these are technically states. So, let's see. Saskatchewan versus Alberta. 1 versus 5 in terms of combat strength. Or just combat efficiency, but, you know, strength. Their combat efficiency is... Alberta's combat efficiency is probably going to defeat Saskatchewan. Quebec joined Virginia's alliance. Arizona was conquered by Colorado. Oh, well, they lost an ally, but it was Arizona. They lost Arizona, which is probably the least sad thing that could happen. And, yep, Arkansas just got a lot more powerful. And at this point, they could attack Sinaloa and try and regain some strength. After, well, regaining strength. But, Minnesota and Nebraska are just punishing Ontario here. They're holding their ground, but they're also losing quickly. Their capital, yep, gone. Was destroyed by Minnesota specifically. Saskatchewan was destroyed by Alberta, so most powerful western state, I'd say. Saying that, the Inuit are punishing Yukon, by the looks of it here. Yeah, this has to be the favorite part of the game, to me at least, is watching states rise and fall, like in real life. Like, they rise and they fall. None of them have truly fallen, though, because, well, it's currently, you know, the point where they're starting to rise. But it does happen eventually. Ooh. Oh, Haiti. Oh, wait. Cuba was destroyed by Haiti. Ouch. Well, that's a rebellion. Look at these, like, these are like colonial empires fighting over territory. Okay, so let's see, what can I name it that's... I think I'm gonna call it this S-A-N-T-I-T-I Santa T-I-A-G-O Santiago D C Santiago de Cuba. U-B-A. Santiago de Cuba. New Mexico was conquered by Colorado. British Columbia was conquered by Victoria. Oh my god, British Columbia died to its own rebellion. I love it. That's kind of amazing, the fact that happened. But at the same time, Nevada and West Virginia are fighting, which is interesting. Ooh, what do we have here? Sacramento versus Utah. Okay, so Sacramento, Utah versus Sonora. Well, this state is getting wrecked. Oh my god. Okay, so that's like one pocket there. They've been pushed away from the southern US coastline, I suppose. Like the southern US coast. So like one day Louisiana and that is safe. At least for now, I suppose. It won't be. I'm sure that somehow Mississippi or like Iowa or Kansas will try and push Arkansas into the ground. But what? Oh, okay. This is a team up. New Jersey versus Maine. Who wins? And then the Inuit versus the Inuit versus Quebec. Huh. So what is going on? Wow. They're fighting against like what? Okay, Maine just took out Massachusetts. New Jersey's doing okay, but these two are basically in an alliance, so they don't really have any other people to attack aside from some rather powerful neighbors like North Carolina, Virginia, Vermont. New York might not seem powerful, but these two are pretty even, I'd say. Like, they've got 4, 6. That's not a bad gap. That's only a gap of 2. I'd be more worried if it was a larger gap. But, the Bahamas. Doing great. Oh. Okay, someone needs to accept a deal. The Bahamas are about to die, and there we go. Puerto Rico. Haiti. I'm surprised they haven't turned on each other just yet. I'm very surprised they haven't backstabbed each other as much. But now Puerto Rico is going to get pushed out, I think. Okay, Colorado. These lot are like, what? Oh, you're fighting in the south? We won't help you there. Too far away from our borders. It doesn't border us. It's great. Oh wow, Yukon could probably destroy Vancouver. But what do we have? Oh, Greenland versus Nunavut. So Greenland and Nunavut versus Newfoundland. Interesting. Well, that ended poorly. Saying that, these guys are weakened. And at this point, I think Colorado's the most powerful. Kansas, Iowa, Mississippi, basically anyone aside from Arkansas is the most powerful. Because they just exhausted themselves against what, I don't know how to pronounce that, but Tamaulipas? They exhausted themselves against Tamaulipas. So I'm gonna name this after Arkansas's capital. L. Okay, so this time I'll just this time it's useful. L-I-I T-E-L. Let's see, what do we have here? Okay, hold on. Okay, L-I. Okay, L. Let's look. L-I-T-T-L-E. Okay, yeah. R-O-C-K. Ah. I mean, this is not as, like, I'm not too worried. I should have probably zoomed in more on, I have Google Maps next on my other screen, which helps me basically locate towns or cities or just anything that I can use for this game. So I should have probably zoomed in there, but okay. How? How is North Carolina losing this bad? Okay, so, small rebellion might turn into a small rebellion might just turn into a big problem. What the? Okay, the Inuit are literally, like, becoming the most powerful group. Okay, so A-N... A... Wait, hold on. Let me see. Okay, so I've got it now. A... B... A... R... B... R... B... I-A-T. This is actually in northern Canada. So this makes perfect sense. But my god. They're big. They're basically the most powerful state in Canada. Okay, so Iowa got taken out. Someone's getting booted out of Canada. Like, someone's getting booted out of the Canadian territory. Like, Minnesota is getting booted out of Canadian territory fast. Virginia and Quebec teaming up to kick Vermont's butt. And this state just advanced. Fast. It's blitzing pretty quickly. Okay, Cuba's rebellion. The Cuban rebellion is about to be destroyed by Haiti? How? Oh, the sea border. Ah, I see. Okay. Little Rock was reconquered. And goodbye. Veracruz rebelled. Okay. Maine, New Hampshire. Okay, so New Hampshire rebelled in Maine. New York just died. To Maine. Okay, now Maine's very powerful. Along with North Carolina and New Jersey, I think they could probably challenge this alliance. And probably challenge Puerto Rico's dominance over the sea. But yeah. They own basically the Mexican coastline. What do we have? Okay, what do we have here? What the? Oh, wow. Let's see, what can I find? Because I have to look for these places. Alberta was destroyed by the Inuits? Wow, they really, even if they do lose a war, they're actually pretty dominant enough that they'll probably make a large impact. Which is pretty impressive, honestly. B-I-R-E. Bird. Bird. So that's just called bird for some reason. Probably like a small outpost or something. Longspuce. Long spruce. Split lake. Okay. Let me think. What can I pick for this one? WH. Whale Cove. Well, that certainly is an interesting. Well, there's got a very interesting problem, the Inuit. It's the fact that they just own so much territory, so rebellions are kind of gonna happen. Okay, Minnesota versus. Ooh. Vermont was destroyed by Virginia. Okay, the most powerful state in, I suppose, what would be the New England region? At least compared to New Hampshire, New Jersey, and, well, somewhat North Carolina. They have Quebec and Indiana, so technically North Carolina would actually be very easy. Okay, West Virginia, Utah, and Sacramento are all in an alliance. Like, all three of these are in an alliance, and West Virginia is now the front line along with Utah. Sacramento, not so much. But, bit of an unfortunate problem. Well, Nebraska is trying to take the opportunity to surround, I suppose. What the? Dakota. Oh, that's amazing. Oregon was destroyed by Wyoming. An interesting problem to have, Nevada. Okay, so I need to look for a town in Mexico. And for any of those wondering, I do know how to spell the word little. It's Little. I just forgot, that is all. So yeah, see, so what have we got here? So, it's got the perfect city. Okay, so HERMOSILLO. I do not know how to pronounce this, so I probably will just call it Hermoso, just because I do. Depending if they win, is with a little meta. Indiana was destroyed by Nebraska. Well, North Carolina just became a lot harder to beat. Oh, and Nebraska is ending Quebec. Virginia is alone. Alone and isolated. Nevada, doing okay. Okay. Not bad. Well, this is a problem for Generalipus. The larger they get, the more rebellions they're gonna have. Okay, so what do we got here? This one. Oh! Okay, that's gonna sting. Okay, at this point they have to start putting down these rebellions. Or at least attempting, they have to start attempting to put down these rebellions. Because they're starting to climb up further north. But they have gained ground. Just probably not as much as I bet they hoped for. Okay, West Virginia versus Dakota. Oh, it begins. It begins. They are getting gutted. This time they are absolutely... Ooh. Oh, Nevada. Kansas was conquered by Colorado. Well, now we know who's going to have to beat Templo, going to have to beat the state of Tamaulipas or Tamaulipas. Let's see. What about you? Where's let me just look for the state capital.